Well, this is unexpected. So you may be wondering what the hell's going on. This is Mashbox. It's basically the place or the game where Mash has been testing out all the crazy physics stuff that's going to come into BMX Streets in the future. And he just started like upping keys to everybody in the Discord server. By the time I up this, I'm not sure if there'll still be keys being sent out. It is planned to be released for free in the near future. But yeah, I was lucky enough to get a key and I just wanted to test out what these new physics are like. It's very bare bones right now and you're riding this, like, whatever the hell it is. But I was very curious about seeing, like, stalls and different things that didn't work well before. How they work now. Will this be a lot better future-wise, physics-wise, for the kind of things that I like to do in this sort of game? As you can see, I'm just like dropping into various stalls and stuff. There's no magnets or anything at the minute. There's also no audio, if you're wondering. So yeah, everything's being done manually right now, which is kind of tricky to do. But you can maybe tell... Look at that. Like, one of my complaints was that you just couldn't go up to something and stall on it. You'd either go on top or you'd land short. Look at that. Every time. A lot of the lean stuff as well is maybe still a work in progress. A lot of this is a work in progress as a whole. It's just like a test thing, so don't really consider it. Oh, you can't do manuals and nose manuals either. So, I don't know, no ice pick, toothpick type of things. Like, being able to experiment with those sort of tricks would be good as well. It's a little crooked. Kind of a feeble. Because it's manual, it's really hard. Doesn't necessarily mean the end version of BMX Streets is going to play like this. But if this is the direction it's going, it is actually a lot better. There's no transition assist either, so that's probably not going to work great. But still, my first impressions just playing around with this is it's a lot more natural. It's just yeah, just the ability to do stuff manually is so much nicer. Like, I could probably just ride up to this and do a disaster. Like, that was pretty hard before. Okay, screwed it up. Oh, there you go. There's a disaster. Probably spin into them as well. We'll play around with the grinds a little bit as well. You can also just like get in weird positions like that. No magnets means, well, it just depends on your speed and all the other factors. Because you can't really try any bonk stuff, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll live with it for now. If that stuff gets added to Mashbox, then it's going to be pretty fun just playing around with different grinds and stuff. We get a fakey crook. Okay, let's try some grind stuff. So you could probably do overgrinds pretty good in this. Theoretically, as long as you actually make it over. Yeah, because there's nothing stopping you or locking on or anything. Yeah, let's try and get like an over... Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, kind of a Smith. There's going to probably need to be something in place to make sure you stay in grinds. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Whoa. You can also do board slides because, well, it's like a weird frame. Spins are actually pretty fast. I guess they're going to be slowed down. Or maybe it'll just look better when there's a like actual guy on the bike and you see him twisting or something. But as it is, yeah, you can do some pretty fast spins right now. Yeah, a lot of my problems with BMX Street as it was just kind of hard to do a lot of the stuff I like to do in the game. Like weird tech stuff. Just go up, stall something. All that kind of stuff. So I struggled with it a bit. Like, I can play it and have fun. It's just not quite my style of riding. A lot of the bonk stuff didn't work all that well. So if this is the future it goes and it all gets smoothed out and works somewhat like this, I think we're going to be for a good time. Oh yeah, another thing is wall rides. Right now, I find he like pops off pretty quick, but they definitely feel a lot smoother than they used to. Because those are always kind of a bit jank, like you'd go at a funny angle or something weird would happen. Yeah, definitely a lot of potential for that stuff to get better. Can we drop down into something? Could also probably, yeah, just ride up like into a grind maybe? Or stalls or whatever you can think of. It just opens up a lot of possibilities. Oh, hell yeah. Things which the game previously wouldn't let you do very well. It's clean. Well, I'm trying to like a little bonk. Also there, like, just bonk the front wheel on the ledge. Stuff like that should work, theoretically. We don't have any walls, really, apart from that one spot over there. And that tends to, like, lock into wall rides. So it's hard to just, like, I don't know, bonk a back peg against a wall or something like that. I'd like to try it. Actually, yeah, let's give that a go. We're in research mode right now. Definitely hooks on, but it doesn't quite bounce off. If it was like a pole or something that was in a map, then it'd probably be easier to do. I guess also we could just go up to this wall and like double peg it, or some other sort of stall that was like a feeble stall. A lot of that stuff as well didn't work previously. It's hard to see where the edge is, but yeah, that was a double peg. Damn, that was like a pivot. Mash has been showing off a bunch of crazy different things it's been making. Like, this was one. There's like a car type of thing. I guess theoretically you could just make anything outside of BMX as well. Like, especially modders could probably just create what they want, which would make for an interesting experience, especially if all this physics is all free and calculated properly now. Like, you could literally make whatever you can think of in your head and use that, say, on all the mod maps, because it'll all be connected and everything. People are actually in the Discord trying to figure out how to connect mod maps to this. Yeah, Mash has just kind of been doing a bunch of little quick fixes while it's out as well. Anyway, get in the Discord server, see if there's any codes around, or just like search for Mash's posts, see what's going on, and you may get a little early look at this. It is bare bones, so like, unless you're like a weirdo like me, you're probably not going to get that much fun out of it. But as you can see, like, a lot of this grind stuff feels really nice and flowy. If you maybe on the right stick had a bit of control over the angle, so you can do like feebles and smiths and things like that, and just kind of let it take its course, that would actually be pretty nice. Because especially with things that are at a diagonal, it's not quite gonna work in a straight line, like you're gonna fall off in the end. I'm trying to get like a stall on this. Let's try like a 270 to a feeble or a smith or something. It'll turn into a disaster at the end. I'll take it. So hoping to grind on the other side as well. A lot of this stuff feels really interesting, like, especially after playing Streets for so long. Having it interact in a different way is kind of unique. Very floaty. I guess when it comes to the gravity and stuff, that'll be fixed. Because yeah, everything is kind of wild at the minute. Also, the spins are crazy. We do like a 360 to a grind. Kinda. You could probably practice that a little bit and get some like 360 to crookeds or smiths or whatever. Those are always a little bit jank in streets. And yeah, I just thought I'd give like a little PSA. I don't know how much longer MASH will be handing out keys. It is just planned to be open to the public for everybody to test out at some point in the near future. If he's doling them out this liberally, then it's got to be soon, because like just anybody is free to play it. But yeah, definitely interesting times. And hopefully it's a good sign of where all this physics is going in the end, because if you add in whips, bars, it feels weird not being able to do any like... Basically you're just spinning the whole time. But if you add all that stuff as well, it's going to feel pretty interesting. Just going back to all the old mod maps and stuff, it's going to be weird as well. You'll be able to like ride it in a completely different way for the most part. So I'm kind of looking forward to where this goes. And yeah, wasn't a planned video, but as soon as I got a key, I figured I'd make a video as soon as possible, let people know what's going on. Because unless you're in the Discord, you'd miss this completely. Don't know if the old potato has been playing it or not. You'll probably see a video from him as well. Yeah. Okay, let's try one more thing. What do we want to do? We want to try like some sort of... Let's get a decent grind and then we'll call it. Ah, it's like a fake smith. Totally intentional, of course. Of course it would be. Anyway. Yeah, give it a go. Maybe get a feel for what the game may turn out to be in the future. I guess I should make it clear this is Mashbox. This isn't BMX Streets specifically. But basically the physics he's testing in all of this is going to be used and put into BMX Streets to make it better. More natural feeling, hopefully. We'll see how all the tricks get adapted to this as well. So it's kind of exciting. Because yeah, I wasn't really feeling the way the game felt up until this point. I don't know, it's good. It was fine, but it just wasn't giving me that kind of like weird tech itch that I usually have. So this is definitely going to lead to a lot more crazy stuff. And just being able to like stall on everything, that's going to be huge for me. Can we get to another stall? Yeah. Anyway, enough rambling. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.